William Hill sponsors IFL TV.
I'm the man to beat Daniel Dubois. You're going to sleep.
Wingy Boxing, IFL TV, in association with MTK Global. I'm here at the Nottingham gym. Was it Dreams Come True?
Dreams Come True, yeah.
Dreams Come True gym. Here with Paul Thompson, super lightweight. How you feeling, Paul? You all right?
Oh, I'm good. Flew in for a quick pit stop to see her from work. But yeah, other than that, I'm good.
Still in the work garms, yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
That's what we love. That's what we love. How you been there, man? Have you been in the gym much? In out of the gym much? What's going on?
Yeah, I've literally just come off my fourth win. But from there, I had a week off, straight back in the gym because I want to stay ready. I ain't got to get ready, so straight back in twice a day. But obviously with my work, I have to train crazy hours in the morning.
Are you actually from Nottingham, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm originally from Nottingham, yeah.
And what's your record now?
4-0.
4-0, okay. So you're doing all right. The meatball, what's that about, man? You knew I was coming up, didn't you?
Yeah, that's it. Well, what it was, years ago I was an athlete, middle distance, long distance runner.
Long distance runner?
Yeah,
okay.
Quite a good standard at that. Ran all around the country, I even raced in Thailand and over Europe a few times. But everyone's told me, oh, go and get a trade. Went and got a trade, plumber, working away. Went off the rails a bit with my training. Got fed up, joined the military. And I always remember day one in the military, one of my best mates now, Callum, just said, you look like a meatball, mate. And that name stuck forever. And then
That's a random thing to say to someone, man.
It stuck, that was my nickname. I got into amateur boxing in the military when I first started boxing. And when I left, it just stuck, and I thought, why not just keep the name? And now, because to be fair, I got up to about 13.5 stone, I think, at one point. So.
What did you do in the military, man? What age did you go?
I went into the military when I was 19, 27th February. I'll always remember that, 2012. It was just something I thought, I want to do it. It was like when my granddad passed away and stuff, he used to speak about it. I thought I never really wanted to do it, but I'm glad I did it. It's something I'll remember. So yeah, that's why I did it. And then I joined the Air Force, but I was a regiment gunner. So it's like slightly attached. It's attached to the Air Force. It's like it's like the Marines and the Navy sort of thing. Like you're just a infantry section attached to it sort of thing.
So why did you go to boxing? What made you?
I've always followed boxing and been into it, and quite a funny story really. Get in trouble a few times out drinking with the lads and that, and I remember my warrant officer lines all up and said, oh, I've got the Lord Wakefield boxing championships coming up, and he went down the line asking everyone, and he came up to me even and said, meatball, so he used to get called meatball, you think you taste it, you don't get the choice, you go in. And I thought, what? I've never even put a pair of gloves on. And I tell you what, at the time I hated him, but I'm so glad. First fight I had, amateur fight, I got absolutely pasted, I didn't know what I was doing, but that was it. I'm so glad he made me do it, because look at me now, like. But that was it. Just like I say, I thought, what am I gonna do? I don't know what I'm doing. I remember I got taught. I had 4 weeks. Went from medicals, got my amateur license, got in the ring, forgot everything I got told over the 4 weeks. Thinking, why can't I hit this guy? But at the end of the day, I got me going. I loved it. But since then, that's it. I've got visions and dreams and everything I want to do. So
what are those dreams?
I just want to, like everyone to say, oh, you going pro? Are you sure you're ready to go pro? Like. Tough game, you know. And I'm thinking, the things I've been through, I might not be in boxing from young. I've been in the military, I've already been an athlete, done a lot in my life. There's not much that'll faze me, so all I'm saying is watch out for me. I want to cause upsets. That's my thing, because my best chance is to wait, someone get a phone call, got this fight for you, or a big fight, and that's it. Like, if you don't take me out in 3 or 4 rounds, mate, I'm coming for you.
Love it.
100%.
Love it. Look, and man of the people, working man there, got the lunchbox, got the meatballs in there, or?
No, there's no meatballs now, on a good diet nowadays.
Tell me about your training setup, man. Who's your coach? Who trained you?
My coach is Barrington Brown, managed by Jimmy Gill. Basically, I have to train most mornings on my own because of work, but obviously I can't stop going to work because.
Of course. Yeah.
So normally I'm up 4, half 4 in the morning. This especially in a fight camp. Up 4, half 4 in the morning. Either do some sort of road running interval session or circuit. And then I'm into work. I work about 10 hours a day, straight out. Like I live out of a bag.
Right, okay.
Every night I live out of a bag. My food prep's done. I fly back from work. If I've got time, I'll get another run in before for a session. So like I always make sure I get my rest days, but I train weekends as well because I always feel like, what's the other guy doing?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, so that keeps you.
Like Barrington keeps me grounded. He's telling me tells me I think you're doing too much. I think you do it like he's the brains behind it all. He's like I won't be nothing by him to be fair. But that's all I do. I just listen to him.
Yeah.
Train twice a day most days. Work 50 hours a week, and that's crazy because when I first came out of the military, I went back to working away before I decided to go pro. And when I say to people, it's alright, I don't have to work that much, I only do 50 hours a week, and they're like, only?
Yes, I was thinking when you said that, to be honest.
Before that, I was doing 70, 80 hours a week working away in London, still trying to keep fit. And I knew if I'm going to go pro, I'm getting a bit older, I've got to do it now. I'm 27, for my best years are now, if I'm going to go for it. So that was it, I just didn't quit my job. I quit my job, come home one Christmas, like under the impression I'm going pro. If I can't get work, I can't get work. But I'm sorted now. I've managed to get a job that I can balance everything out. But obviously the plan would be to make my job boxing one day.
Of course. What's the best fight that people who may not have seen you fight yet? What's the best fight you'd recommend them having a looking up to get the best overview of your style?
Tell you what, the best overview of my style, I'd say my third fight, not the last one, the one before. Chris Hadaway. He just got a win actually recently on TV against Thompson, I think it was, 6-0 undefeated under that Haymaker promotion.
Yeah.
Fought him. Everyone says, might want to be a bit careful. And I got drawn into a scrap a bit, but that's my style, which I'm trying to get out of. But if you want to see, when I say I'm coming for anything over 4 rounds, if you can put me out them top boys, mate, you'll see in there nitty gritty, mate. If I need to fight, I'll fight. But then, so I was against Chris Hadaway. But if you watch my last fight, fought Cash. Cash is well known. Everyone, if people are sat there might not know. If you look him up, he's been around, and but there you can see my actual boxing, like boxing.
That's the best one to look at, yeah.
Best one to like. I've got the ability, I've got the fight if I need it as well.
Okay, and any thoughts on the big upset over the weekend? Anthony Joshua losing to Andy Ruiz Jr. I have to ask you, man. I've got to ask everybody.
Man, I tell you what, I would have hated to be AJ, waking up, going down my own newsfeed and seeing all the memes people are putting. But I suppose that's part and parcel.
That's part of it. I think if you could speak to him, I think it'd say that's what you got to expect.
Yeah, you got to expect.
There are some quite creative ones, to be fair.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I've had a few giggles myself, feel bad. But yeah, with that, I think I watched it and I was thinking, I do think it looked like from the very get-go. And I know there's all rumours speculating and stuff, but from the very get-go, it didn't look like the same AJ, if you know what I mean.
A lot of people have said that.
Yeah, even from the get-go, and like, as I've spoke to the lads in the gym and come back and looking at it, and it's like, when you're looking at what he's saying in the corner and stuff like that, it's like asking questions he wouldn't normally ask, and it seems like a different person, so I don't know. Maybe everyone has a bad night, but obviously in boxing, one bad night turns it all around. And the thing is, it wasn't one punch. Like obviously a heavyweight division, one punch can turn it all around. It wasn't one punch that turned it around. It took a beating, and like I don't know, but I think he can come back from it. Like all these people it's like it's become popular to not like, to want AJ to lose, and people because they've got so used to it, people follow the crowd. Like, well, why would you want your own British bloke who's doing so much for British boxing? Why would you want to see him lose? Like, to be fair, now I just want to see him come back, prove everyone wrong.
That's what I was going to say to you. How do you think he does in the rematch?
In the rematch, I think that I'm no expert. I'm four and on the start of my journey, but I think he's always like if you look Takam, Povetkin, a bit shorter. He obviously beat them, but he's struggled. I think he's always struggled. So I think he's got to go back with his team, which obviously they're the best, aren't they? They're one of the best, like, and just make tweaks. But I think at that level, he knows what he's doing. They know what they're doing. I'm sure they can come up with a good way to not just win, but win impressively again and come back and show everyone that's not me done. I'm back. That was just a little blip.
I got you.
But I think back in the day as well, all the best champs got beat. You know what I mean?
Right, this is what I was saying on the taxi driver on the way up. It's a case of it happens, and people who are into boxing, like you know your boxing, those of us who know our boxing, it happens. It's part of the journey. Like Floyd is kind of like a one-off. He's like he's a different gravy, man.
Yeah, that's it.
He's a different gravy, but it's part of a journey, isn't it? Lennox Lewis, Muhammad Ali, all these. I'm not putting Joshua in that sort of level yet, but I'm just saying all these champions.
Yeah, this is the building blocks of process. It's got the foundations, everything coming together. But like I said, that loss just puts him on the same sort of tracks of what all the greats have done, sort of thing. Like I say, Mayweather's the one of a kind. But all the, especially if you take it back 20, 30 years, them top champs, them top heavyweight champs, they all took a loss and they come back and thrive.
It was all part of it, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
And what's next for you, bruv? When are you out next?
We're not too sure yet. I ain't really got a date, but like I said, I stay ready. Like I'm on. If I got a phone call to say I fight on Saturday,
Good attitude, yeah. Good attitude to have, yeah.
That's the biggest thing when I think if I'm going to turn professional, I'm going to be professional, act professional. You won't catch me more than 6 pounds above my fight weight at any time of the year, even probably Christmas. So make sure I'm ready to go all the time. And I train hard all year round, and when a fight comes, it just goes up again. So I don't lay off. I don't lay off for 10 weeks and do nothing. I get told to stay out of the gym. You need to stay out of the gym for a week.
Okay.
Like, I'm just itching to get back in every time. So no news yet, like I say, but anything could pop up.
Of course.
I'm ready to go.
See, that's good when you say, but you know, you're ready to go, because there was a certain other gentleman who got a call 6 weeks out.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm not saying you couldn't get a call for a unified belts, but you never know. It could be a big fight, couldn't it?
Yeah, that's
so
it.
if you're ready to go, then wicked. All right, what's your social media, brother? Where can people find you?
On my social media, I've got my Instagram is _meatball92. Got my own Facebook, which is Paul the Meatball Thompson. Got my Facebook page that gets around for me. That's Paul Thompson Meatball, I think. I'm new to all this, going like crazy, like all this social media, and I was like, you got to start promoting yourself.
Of course, yeah.
I understand. And where else can you get me? I need to set up a Twitter page, to be fair.
Yeah, get yourself on Twitter. And it's also been a bit of an issue, this interview, because I'm trying to lose the weight. You're sitting there with a fork, with a lunchbox, and you just said meatball 3 times in like 30 seconds. So you're killing my diet, man. I've got to go and eat.
I'm sorry, man. I hate meatballs, man. Once I said that, once I got caught, like I said, when my mate Callum called me that, you look like a fat meatball, mate.
You're done. That's it.
Don't like meatballs anymore. That was me done. But
Paul Thompson, thanks for speaking to Wingy Boxing and IFL TV. Good luck on your journey, brother. It's good to catch you at the beginning of the journey, and we'll follow it, see where it all goes, man.
No, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks a lot.
William Hill sponsors IFL TV.
I'm the man to beat Daniel Dubois. We're going to sleep.